friends, I am just making a kale salad before I head off to Pilates for my lunch today because I like my kale to be sitting in the dressing for a while and makes it more tender and not as bitter. So everybody asks about my kale salad. It's just a standard, so simple salad. So I'm using a 𝒂𝒏𝒏𝒆 jar that you can get with your Wellness Wins. And then I have my kale in a snap bag that I bought. I love these. So I'm just going to put kale, I'm making a mess, into the jar. And I tear my kale, and I also, when I tear it, I massage it to make it less tough. And I'm really going to put a lot of kale in there. Yeah. Kale is so good for you. I saved something about kale. I should share it with you. It's full of iron, it's so good for you. Okay, so anyway, kale. Then the next thing I do is I'm going to put a teaspoon of, where's my teaspoon? I'm going to put a teaspoon of olive oil into the jar, ever so carefully. Oh, that's a little bit more than a teaspoon. Okay. And then I'm going to take a lemon and actually zest it first because I love the fresh, bright lemon taste with kale. So I zest the lemon. So it's just a teaspoon of olive oil because the healthy fat, number one, and number two is I don't want to use a lot because of the point. So I just only need a dash of olive oil in there. Oops, I forgot salt. And I put a pinch of salt in there. And then I actually cut my lemon and squeeze the juice in the jar, catching all the seeds in my little strainer. That's enough. Okay, then the next thing I do is, so I've got salt, the lemon juice, lemon zest, olive oil. I'm going to use my 𝒂𝒏𝒏 scale and I'm going to weigh this in ounces. I'm going to tare it to 0. And I want 1/3 of an ounce of Parmesan cheese. This is finely grated. When I finely grate it like this, it doesn't weigh much, so you get more cheese. So that's 15, 20, 25. I want to get to 33 to get 1/3 of an ounce. Still going. There we go. Just over one more pinch. Okay, 1/3 of an ounce of Parmesan cheese. And then I put the lid on. I'm gonna take the, this part you put your dressing in if you're gonna take it to work, but since it's kale salad, I want the dressing in the kale. And then shake it. Get all that lemon juice and Parmesan cheese throughout the kale. Now, when I serve this to guests, I toast almonds and throw it on top too. But this is just for me. So this is my kale salad. Look at all the cheese I have in there for just 1 point. So the kale is 0. The olive oil is 1 point. The Parmesan cheese is 1 point. The lemon juice and lemon zest is 0. So this is a 2-point salad that I will have for lunch. I'm gonna stick it in the fridge and let the flavors meld together. Let the kale get a little less bitter and more tender. So for you who have asked, how do I make my kale salad? It's so simple and so easy. You can use more olive oil if you have the points, but I'm saving points for dinner tonight. So I am just doing 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So there you go. Enjoy kale salad and eat your kale. It's good for you.